Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Camp Buddy. Last time I don't remember what happened last time. The new Scoutmasters arrived, I think. I'm still wondering if we're ever gonna get a scene with them. I imagine we will, but I think Yoshinori and Goro are the only love interests, so I don't know if we really will. I feel like it'd be a waste if we didn't, though, right? Seems odd.
Good morning.
If we don't ever see them naked in the game. That would be odd. Good morning, sir. Mr. Hyunjin Choi just arrived. He's the IT specialist scheduled for a meeting with you today.
Ah, yes.
Yes. I've been expecting you, Mr. Choi. Please take a seat.
Hello.
I hope I'm not interrupting you by coming earlier than scheduled, Mr. Nomaru.
No problem.
It's no problem. I'm just having my morning coffee. Is it alright with you if we address each other by our first names?
Yes, sir.
Of course, sir. You can even call me Jin for short.
Great.
I want to make sure you're comfortable during your stay here. Mr. Claremont told me quite a lot about you and your work.
Really?
Oh, really? He must be talking about the online bookstore he developed for his publishing company.
Impressive.
He did show me that in one of our meetings. Pretty impressive work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Goro.
Actually,
I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised by meeting you today. When Mr. Claremont said he'd send an IT expert, I thought it'd be someone who's a lot older.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, sir. You look so stylish for a camp president. Are you saying you thought he'd be older? Because he's... Come on, don't even... That's so pathetic. It's so... Like, you're such an ass-kisser right now. It's like... When you can't compliment a mom and you're, like, telling her, oh, you look so young. Are you your daughter's sister? And it's like, you know she isn't. But you're just pretending like you think that. Spare me the compliments, Jin. He's old as fuck. You can't have a head full of gray hair and say, I'm not old.
Wow.
This is probably the first time a new guy hasn't been intimidated by meeting you, sir. Apparently, it's always better to be gentle with any first-timers. To give you a bit of history, Jin, as this camp's president, I used to lead strictly, always charging in with an iron fist.
but
But I gave my word to Yoshinori here that I'll try to take things slowly, and make people more relaxed with this approach. It seems you're working on your people handling skills.
Oh.
well,
I'm doing just that with Jin here, and he seems to be very pleased.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, I really appreciate it, sir. I just sent a text during all of this. I hope you can use me and my skills for the camp. I hope I didn't read anything wrong.
let's get back to business.
That is great to hear. Now let's get on to business.
Jin,
I've appointed Yoshinori here as your guide while you conduct an inspection of the camp. Why does he need to inspect the camp? I don't understand. You'll be identifying what's needed to implement all the technological goals of the approved proposal.
I understand.
I understand that we're quite far behind when it comes to adapting to the digital age, so we're counting on your knowledge and recommendations to make the necessary improvements. Do we really need an IT specialist at an adult adventure? Just an adult camp? An outdoor camp? Do we need that? I don't think we do. Please also bear with us for being so outdated. Even about the simplest of things. We're hoping you can educate us and help us adapt through this entire project.
Yes, sir.
If it's alright with you, I'd like to start here in your office. If you hear clicking noises, that's my joints. I'm clicking them. The only piece of technology we have here is our personal computer.
Oh.
Nice.
Well.
We know it's fairly outdated, and it runs pretty slow, so we barely touch it most days.
Whoa.
Why can't they just buy a faster computer? Just, like, to do anything that they need on it. Like, I don't... Why do they have to have an old computer? This computer's at least a decade old. I believe it's even older than that, since I got it before the camp was even established.
Oh, wow.
So it's basically a prehistoric relic. Well, let's give it a chance and take a closer look. Does it get dial-up? None of the fans are running. I'm shocked it even boots up at all. It does take a while to turn on. We usually just go to the internet cafe nearby if we need to get something done digitally. What? Do you guys not even have phones? Like, why can't you just buy a laptop for the damn camp? Goro's so cheap. One of our tech-savvy scouts last term actually went there to upload a promotional video for our fundraising campaign. Okay, I don't need the recap, okay?
Yeah.
Just speed things along here. We don't need any filler dialogue, okay? Yeah, I don't think this one was even built to connect to the internet.
Well,
We just thought we didn't need it, since we're an adventure-themed summer camp. Gadgets are also banned from our daily lives. Wait, does that mean even the Scoutmasters don't carry phones around? What? What if one of the campers gets hurt? What? What if you need to call an ambulance? Hello? This camp needs to be shut down. I'm sorry. They should have shut it down so long ago. Back during the AIDS incident in the lake.
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I'm actually not sure why we don't. How could you forget Yoshinori? Here at Camp Buddy, we encourage practical and survival skills, not only for the sake of tradition, but also for the spirit of the camp itself. Are you gonna open up an OR when one of the campers breaks their leg? You know, it's like, what are you talking about, Goro? I understand that it's due to the nature of this camp, but for the sake of emergencies, productivity, and marketing, we really need to consider integrating technology, at least on the administrative end. For example, installing security cameras and putting a hub here in the office will allow the staff to maintain safety, reducing the need for daily patrols. Yeah, and that would give me more time to do other important tasks. We've been so stuck in our ways that we didn't even consider all of this before.
I understand.
I understand, sir. People are usually afraid of change because it's something they're not familiar with, and are worried to impair what already works. But I'm thinking, if they get cameras set up all over the place, they're gonna see all the sex. All of the illicit, unprotected, cream pie-ing sex that all the campers are having. Well, I guess the Scoutmasters are having it too now. Not with the campers, of course, but, you know. But I assure you, with my services, we'll be able to integrate new things without having to compromise on the true spirit of your camp.
Excellent.
I see now why Mr. Claremont chose you for this job.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll make sure I'm worth your trust. Bitch, what? I hate it. You can't accidentally say thrust. I've never heard anyone accidentally say thrust instead of trust. No, not even. No, that doesn't happen. No.
Anyway.
Myth busted. Anyway, I believe we've covered everything for this introductory meeting. Welcome to the team, Jin.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
On that note.
Now, if you don't mind, I'll be heading out for a while. Yoshinori, please assist Jin here with whatever he needs for today.
Yes, sir. Jin?
Should we get you moved, or should we get you moved into our cabin now, Jin? Or get you some breakfast first, at least? I would like to work right away, if that's okay. Thanks for the offer, though.
No problem.
Is there anything I can help you with now?
Actually,
It's the other way around, actually. I've been told that you don't have a stay-in computer technician here at camp, obviously. So, I would like to teach you how to work with the computer and troubleshoot it. in case no one is around to fix
I
it.
understand.
That makes sense. To be honest, the most I've ever done with this computer is turn it on to read emails. We're gonna have to take the whole day to get you all caught up.
I apologize.
I'm probably going to be a lot to deal with when it comes to using computers. I barely know how to use the old one, or I barely know how the old one here works.
Well,
Well, we're not going to use that PC anymore. I think using it would cause more headaches instead. In its current state, it won't even scratch off a portion of our scope. It would be much faster and cheaper to build a new one.
don't worry.
Luckily, I came prepared. I assumed the worst since the camp didn't have a working PC, so I have a pre-built one for you guys in one of my suitcases here. You just carry around a whole extra ass
Oh.
computer? So that's what you've been carrying.
Yeah.
It'll take me a little while to assemble this new one, though. You can assist me, and I'll show you what each part does and how everything works.
Sure.
Sure, feel free to order me around to do whatever you like. I'm your personal slave for the day. The way you say it, it sounds like... Anyway, let's get started.
Okay.
This new PC is all set up. It just needs to finish installing all the software and programs, then it should be good to go.
I'm impressed.
That's awesome. After helping you, I've started to understand a little better how everything works.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking so much time to teach me. The way you explained everything to me step by step made me realize how simple it actually was. I do feel bad that it took us all afternoon though. You probably could have finished faster if it weren't for me.
Not a problem.
Oh, it's not a problem. It was actually fun teaching someone the stuff I do. Besides, the internet here is super slow, so it's taking a long time to download everything anyway.
Sorry about that.
I forgot to have breakfast before I showed up today.
Oh no.
And we worked all the way through lunch too. You must be starving.
It's okay.
I'm used to skipping meals anyway. I tend to work on a very weird schedule, gotta stay thin. Whenever I realize I'm hungry, I just go to the nearest convenience store and grab something there.
Not at all.
Oh, you don't have to do that here. Our chef prepares 3 meals a day for everyone at camp. We should really get you something to eat. Let's head to the mess hall. Dinner should be about ready.
Whoa.
This place is so crowded. Oh, I guess, yeah, with all the new, construction workers.
Ah, yes.
Mess hall is usually full during meal times. It's a bit more packed than usual since the workers for the project moved in yesterday. You guys have quite the crowd here, huh? And most of them are buff guys. Okay, try not to lose your load so quick. Most of them are construction workers, so they do tend to be more fit.
I see.
What's wrong
Don't
with
worry.
him? Is he trying to fight his homosexual urges? I hope you're not intimidated by them. Everyone here is very friendly.
Order up.
I'm really surprised. I feel like, wasn't it back when the campers were still here? Aiden was not even wearing underwear with his apron. So I'm very surprised that he's put on so much clothing. It's a surprise. 2 steak slabs coming right up.
Aiden!
Not the gremlin again. Ugh. I hate his eyebrows too. I hate them. I really do. They're gross. I hate his hair. I don't like anything about him. I think he looks ugly. I think he looks so unbelievably ugly. I'm sorry. He is the ugliest character in Camp Buddy, I think. I'm not even kidding. I genuinely wish he didn't exist. Over here, Aiden.
At your service.
I put some of my creamy special sauce on it since you liked it so much yesterday. Can't we just have a normal conversation that doesn't revolve around sexual innuendos?
Yeah!
Yeah, it's so good covering your meat. I can never get enough of it.
Dope.
Stuff me up.
If you know what I mean.
Make sure to savor the taste when you swallow it, alright? What's going on here? Where am I exactly?
Huh?
What's the matter, Jin? You're just at Camp Buddy, the sex capital of the world.
I can't
Gay
believe
sex
it.
capital. Is no one else seeing what I'm seeing?
Naked?
That guy over there, he's serving food. Naked. No, I've already said this. He's wearing more clothing than usual. That's actually one of our Scoutmasters. He's in charge of food service and camp maintenance. And about his attire, I forgot to tell you ahead of time, but he has this habit of wearing less to cool down from all his work. What if the real reason Aiden doesn't wear clothes while he's working is because he has so few pairs of clothes, he doesn't want to ruin it while cooking and working. Because he's paid slave wages, so he can't buy more clothes. Food for thought. As strange as it sounds, it's actually quite normal around here.
What?
This is normal here?
Yoshi!
Oh, hey Yoshi.
Aiden!
How many times have we talked about this? You knew there were new people coming today. You could have at least put something on so you don't catch our guests off guard.
Hey!
I am wearing something, see? I'm wearing undies underneath right now. Okay. I guess I have to say that now. What? Bulge!
Aiden!
Aiden, put your apron down.
Oh.
Is this the new guy? He's quite the twink. Twink? This is Jin. He's our new technology specialist. I was gonna bring him here earlier, but we had to get to work first.
Hello.
Hello, Mr.
Nice to meet you.
Aiden. Nice to meet you, Jin. You look like you could use a meal or two. You've come to the right place.
Jen.
How about I whip out my nice footlong? Think that'll fill you up?
Oh, gee.
Footlong?
Aiden! Don't worry.
I'm just kidding, Jin. I just love teasing newcomers like you. Something tells me that you and I are gonna have a good time here at camp. I'm sure we... Gulp. Definitely will. I apologize, Jin. Aiden's a very friendly person, and he can often be quite physical as well.
It's fine.
I'm sure I can get used to it. I like this guy. He knows how to ride along. Aiden, can we just get something to eat? Jin hasn't had a meal yet today.
Right.
Oh, right on time. I just finished serving everyone else, so we can have dinner together. It's the perfect chance for me to get to know Jin more intimately.
Finally!
It's about time we had an official tech guy around here. I'm the closest they got since I know a thing or two about electrical work. But boy, let me tell you, it's not the same thing at all. Not one bit.
Oh.
I thought you were just the chef here.
Well,
Well, I am. I'm also the laundryman, the gardener, the pool boy, or any other kind of job you want me to do. I'm at your service.
Wow.
You're pretty well-rounded, I see.
oh.
Looks like you want some buns with your dinner.
No.
Not in front of our salad, Aiden. I'm sorry. I just don't need these memes from so long ago just being just smacking me in the face like this every 5 seconds, you know? I'm so sorry about him, Shin.
No big deal.
It's not a big deal, though. Deal, though. I don't... Is that sexual? Deal, though? Deal, though. Deal, though. Deal, though. Maybe if I say it fast. Deal, though. Deal, though. No. I don't... No, it's not. What's going on with Aiden?
Actually...
I'd much prefer that you guys are comfortable with yourselves around me. It's just my imagination has been running wild since I arrived here for some reason.
You see?
See, Yoshi? Jin's cool with it.
Hot.
More like hot, actually. But as Aiden was saying, feel free to approach him if you need something as well.
Okay.
There's one thing I wanted to ask though. How come only one person does all the chores? Because Aiden is in bondage. It's what he likes doing. You know, the slave master is actually kind, and it is ethical to treat the slave the way he does, because the slave, he's too stupid to know a better life, you know? The slave doesn't know what to do left to his own devices. Why, he'd much sooner die, you know?
It's all right.
It's really an act of altruism, what we're doing for Aiden at Camp Buddy. I'm sure Aiden doesn't mind them. It's... What? Come on, why can't you stick up for him? It's not right. Aren't you his friend? It's what he likes doing after all. Oh my god. You see? You see? Do you see? Oh god. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I really like it when they crack the whip at me.
Although...
I do have to admit, when I saw in the job briefing that there are only 4 full-time employees here at the camp, I wondered how you all managed to keep things running. Especially during the summer term when you have so many scouts around. That's actually what I'm in charge of. I usually engage the campers with activities and make sure their time here at camp is memorable and meaningful. It must have been nice that you guys had a little bit of a break before the project began then, huh?
Aww.
Not exactly. Poor Yoshi here has been losing his mind without stuff to keep him busy.
Well...
Before the workers arrived, there wasn't much to do, even when I helped you with the chores. It's different from the work that I'm used to, but I'm just glad to be useful again.
I see.
Ha! I knew I picked up a different scent today. The smell of coffee and old clothes is coming from that K-drama guy over there. I feel like that's a racism. Right? You see a Korean person, you're just like, K-drama guy. Excuse me? You can't just see what... Imagine if you saw a Japanese person, you're like, that anime guy over there. Like, what? That's... it's a racism. This is right... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's... That's no good, Yoichi. Prejudice is ugly, Yoichi. I don't like it. I still have no idea what I'm doing with Taiga. Seriously, how do you even keep track of everyone sent here?
Sheriff Brokeback.
Who is this guy?
Yoichi?
I thought you were over calling me that nickname. Oh, I see. Hello. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Jin. I was sent here to work on tech upgrades for the camp.
Lame.
Great. Another nerd who looks like he doesn't have friends. Never goes out of his house and only lives off instant noodles.
Yoichi!
Yoichi, where are your manners?
What the...
Wow, he read you to filth, huh?
Blech!
Since when did you start talking like Spaghetti Boy? Who is Spaghetti Boy again, girls? I don't remember. Who? I cannot recall. There's Twinkerbell, Mr. Perfect. What? Dynamite? No. I don't remember. I'm so sorry about Yoichi's behavior, Jin. He's rather hostile when it comes to meeting strangers. He annoys everyone else here too, but you'll get used to him.
Dynamite!
Shut up, Dynamite. He's not wrong, though. I'm kind of a shut-in, so I don't often get the chance to make new friends, even online.
I'm really thankful.
That's why I'm really thankful of Mr. Claremont for putting me in a job where I have to be outdoors and around plenty of people to work with. I really needed a change in scenery, And to stop coding all alone in a dark room.
Although,
Though I'm surprised he was able to pick all that up from just my smell.
Fine.
Yeah, he's part dog, so don't be surprised if he pees in your room to mark his territory.
Hey!
Please give Jin some space to enjoy his meal properly, you two.
Wait a sec.
Speaking of which, how come David and Goliath get steak for dinner while the rest of us get fish and grass? Who is David and Goliath? I mean, I know it's David and Goliath. David? Yeah, David and Goliath, but who is that to Yoichi? I don't understand. Is he talking about Lloyd and Darius? Oh, not the
Anyway.
gremlin. More like, ugh, just gross. Shorty was fuming, so I had to drag him away before the giant finished him.
Nah.
Darius wouldn't hurt a fly. He may be twice as huge, but I can still put up a fight. Wait till he sees how I take his meat. How can that be anything but that? There's not even like a double entendre there. You're just saying sex words. You're just being like, wait until he see how well I can suck his cock. Like what? That has nothing to do with fighting. You're just saying sexual acts. Okay, I give up.
Anyway.
Anyway, Yoichi, if you're still hungry, you're welcome to join us.
Order up!
2 salmon fillets and Caesar salads coming right up. Bleh. Fuck. Can't eat salmon, bitch? After our dinner, Jin and I went back to the office to finish up the computer setup. I feel like it's about time, you know,
Right.
the sex scene, right? Where is it? I need something to laugh at. There we go. Everything's installed and ready to go.
Wow.
It's so different from our old PC, and it runs fast too.
don't worry.
It'll run faster once we get your internet here upgraded, but that's work for another day.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I thought there was nobody in here.
oh my.
Who's this fine gentleman? I believe you two haven't met yet. This is Jin. He's the tech specialist that we were expecting today. Jin, this is Yuri, one of my fellow Scoutmasters. She is also Sir Goro's daughter.
Sorry.
I'm sorry I couldn't meet you a little earlier, Jin. The workers kept me busy all day long. What the fuck were you doing with them? I hope you found Camp Buddy welcoming at least.
Huh?
What's with all the stuff you're carrying?
Oh,
These? It's just some stuff I unboxed from some of my crates when I finished work today.
uh?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but that book you're holding, is that the limited edition rare unavailable on the market?
Oh, gee.
Home run Dojinshi? Oh no. How did you know?
That's really cool.
I played the game that the comic is based on, and I'm a big, no, huge fan.
Could it be?
Are you? Could it be? What's going
Oh
on?
my.
You like BL too? Yes, I love it.
OMG.
I can't believe I found another one like me.
I can't believe it.
How did you get your hands on that? It's been phased out for
I
years.
know, right?
It took so long to get this copy, but the yaoi gods blessed me when I saw on a forum that a store was selling one signed copy.
You see?
Yoshinori was even kind enough to buy it at the Capitol for me. What is with people always having to go to the Capitol in Camp Buddy? It's so strange. Like, what is this?
Whoa.
This is the only one I was missing from my collection at home. I already have everything from this artist's circle except for this. I pledged to myself that if I found someone selling it, I'd definitely buy it no matter how high the price.
But
But I'm very up to date on all the forums. How could I have missed this sale? Well, you're looking at the #1 bidder in the BL black market. Why is it a black market? Wait, don't tell me. You're Pink Butterfly 69?
That's right.
Hehe.
I can't believe it.
You're a legend. I've read all your fanfics. I love them so much. Oh no, not the fanfics she wrote about Keitaro and everybody else.
OMG!
I can't believe you've read them. How embarrassing. And it also opens me up for legal liability. What's your favorite genre?
Well,
Well, I like them all, but I prefer, muscles the most. Who doesn't like muscles, right?
OMG.
I really can't believe that I'm talking to the Pink Butterfly 69, and I'm looking at the long-lost home run Dojinshi. Well, you can borrow it if you want.
Really?
You'd let me? Really? Oh, thank you so much. You're a goddess from heaven. Oh, in return, I'll lend you my 10 terabyte hard drive full of hardcore BL. They're all uncensored too, fresh off my breeding manga. My breeding gagged. We all know where that is. That one was actually a little bit funny. Because we all know where that is. Oh, we all know the real website. Oh. I'd love that so much. It's a deal. God, I don't like this face. She looks so derpy. I don't like it. She looks almost cross-eyed. You're really into this stuff too, Jin? Sorry. I lost my composure. I'm just overwhelmed. It's quite alright. I'm used to Yuri having moments like this all the time. I'm actually surprised you two resonate so much.
Of course.
Of course, Yoshi. Us BL lovers gotta stick together.
I was wondering.
Oh, why you were acting a little odd. Why didn't I read the first... I didn't read the first part of that because I heard him say I was wondering, but then it sounded weird. I was wondering why you were acting a little odd while I was touring you around today. I guess this explains a lot.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I tried to hide it since it was inappropriate behavior. But everyone I met kept saying suggested things left and right. I wasn't sure if everyone knew my dirty little secrets.
It's alright.
Oh, don't think like that, Jin. We encourage everyone's hobbies and interests here at Camp Buddy. So please, feel free to express yourself.
Well,
I just don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I promised myself I'd do my best to keep everything professional at this job.
Well,
You've already worked hard, even on your first day. I think you deserve to loosen up a little. You did it again.
huh?
Anyway,
What did you boys work on today? Jin replaced our office computer with a much better one. He even taught me how to use and troubleshoot it.
oh yeah.
I noticed it as soon as I got in here. It looks really cool, Jin. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Actually,
I'm actually shocked you were able to teach Yoshi about computers too. He's such a caveman when it comes to anything tech. Must have taken the whole day, am I right?
Come on.
Come on, you don't have to rub it in my face, Yuri. Oh, and I noticed we have a new printer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 times more ink efficient than the old one. I recommend this one when I found that you guys print out a lot of pamphlets and ad materials. It also has a scanner too. Mr. Claremont wanted to make sure you guys have all the basic office equipment. That means I don't have to go out and get the side eye at internet cafes whenever I ask them to scan naked gay men making love to each other. God, someone just needs to put Yuri out of her misery. Out of our
Please.
misery. Once you make soft copies of your collection, please share them with me too.
OMG!
That gives me an idea, Jin. I could get a physical copy of all your stuff too. You'll let me print them out, right? How much ink is this gonna cost? Try not to go overboard, Yuri. Killjoy, young Yoshi would have said yes. Huh? You guys grew up together? Oh, sort of. Yuri, Aiden, Lloyd, Darius, and I were actually the very first batch of Camp Buddy Scouts. Serguro was even our Scoutmaster back then.
Whoa.
That's big news to me. We're just as surprised, even though we took different paths after that first term. We ended up being reunited like this, and for the future of the camp too. That's really interesting. It makes me want to know about this camp's history.
Here.
Look no more. I have the perfect thing right here.
Really?
Do you really carry that around all the time, Yuri?
Yes.
Yup, this journal has all my precious Scout memories, and they're mostly about Camp Buddy's debut.
That's really cool.
That's really cool. I would love to read through it and learn the history of the camp. I think understanding the camp's origins would really help me with my work here. That actually gives me an idea. Why don't we work together to transcribe the journal and its pictures online? Dude, you can't. I'm sure that's just filled with sex stories of you and Aiden fucking. You can't. Well, unless you want to, I don't know. If you're into the exhibitionism. We could set up a section on the website Jin will be making called The History of Camp Buddy.
That's a great idea.
I wonder if Yuri's journal details the famous AIDS incident. That's a great idea, Yoshi, but so many of the pictures have deteriorated over the years. I'm not sure if they'll really be useful. Oh, but I bet Jin can fix those. He's got so many computer skills. Surely that's one of them too. That's not exactly the same as programming, Yoshi. Actually, I know a thing or two about multimedia editing tools. I mean, about multimedia editing too. In fact, I used to do photo restoration as a side job before.
Wow.
You can really do that?
I'd love to.
I'll be honest, I'm very intrigued about all these photos you have. I know this is just my first day, but for some reason, you guys make me feel like I've been part of this for a long time.
Aww.
Jin, you're such a soft boy. We must protect you at all costs.
Let's give it a shot.
I say, give it a shot right away. You guys can help me fix up the photos correctly based on your memory, and then we'll transcribe the events from that day.
Let's go.
Sounds like a plan. Oh no, not a flashback. Oh, wait, no. It's a mini game. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Well, you might hear my fans on my computer again. Alright. I guess let's do this memory game. I remember this from the demo. Zoinkers. Oh, God, it's the same one. Okay, we found this one. How did that end upside down? I don't know. She's not wearing a hat. Put it on, bitch. Put bitch! I was clicking it. Yuri does always wear a hat with her uniform. I don't care. What else is wrong? He's not wearing a backpack. Put it on. Bitch! What do you want me to click on? Right, I was carrying a backpack since I just arrived. He's not wearing a glove. Oh yeah, Serguro's gloves. Okay, what's the last one? His hair is already gray. Serguro's hair used to be a nice shade of pink. What a faggot. What a faggot.
At your service.
Oh yeah, what was I doing for his... I think I gave him an old man voice, since he looks a bit haggard. The staff is ready for the scouts inside. The meal for the reception party is all prepared as well, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. You can return to your post now. My daughter and I will wait here to welcome the scouts.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Alright, dear. Everything should be ready for our first official day of Camp Buddy. I can't believe it's actually happening, Dad. I'm so excited for all the activities and to make new friends. I'm excited as well. I'm sure we'll have a memorable first term considering how much we've prepared for this.
Dad.
I can help you teach everyone, Dad. I learned a lot from our camping days together after all. Well, you can leave all the work to me, dear. I'm a Scoutmaster now, and your job as a scout is to have fun and learn as much as you can.
Fine.
But you better not bore everyone with your lectures. I promise we'll have all sorts of activities to suit everyone's interests.
Look.
Oh, look, Dad, someone just got here.
Come on.
Come on, let's greet our first scouts.
Come in.
Hello, welcome to Camp Buddy. Welcome to the debauchery.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm Yoshinori Nagira. I registered here for the summer. My name is Goro Nomaru. I'm the camp president, and I'll be your scoutmaster for this term.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, Sir Goro. Thank you for having me.
Yoshinori.
Looks like you're quite the early bird, Yoshinori. The assembly is still in an hour from now.
Whew.
I thought I was late when I saw that there was already a scout here.
Well,
Quite the contrary. You're the first one to arrive. And this scout beside me is my daughter.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Yoshinori. I'm Yuri. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
It's nice to meet you too, Yuri. You can call me Yoshi.
Yoshi.
We're gonna have so much fun this summer, Yoshi. There's plenty of others coming soon, and there'll be at least 100 of us.
Wow, that's exciting. I read from the brochure that we're also gonna learn a lot too. What? Gay? Learn? And you got excited?
that's right.
That's right. Camp Buddy is a scout-themed summer camp after all. We're taking the survival, teamwork, and leadership skills from scouting and mixing them up with all the fun and recreational activities of a summer camp. Since when has anal sex, blowjobs, cream pies, three-ways, BDSM, costume play? But must I go on? Since when has that been part
sir.
of summer camps? That's exactly what I signed up for, sir. I never got the chance to join something like this when I was little. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing it now. Oh, are you not little now? Of course not, you're an adult.
Excellent.
What am I saying? Now that's the spirit. I really appreciate your enthusiasm.
We should get you in your uniform already, Yoshi.
I know.
Let's get you dressed. I have the perfect tie color for you.
Okay.
Looks like we're in for a great year. She is so gonna inspect his dick. And hole. She's gonna be peeping.
Whew.
We've got you. He just really has a noticeable bulge, though. We've got you settled in at last, Jin. Today's been such a long day.
You said it. I can't remember the last time I was this active. I was so nervous that I'd screwed up dealing with so many new people, but you really made me feel warm and welcome from the get-go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being a great host, Yoshinori.
It's my pleasure.
It's my pleasure, Jin. That really means a lot coming from you. But please, get some rest. You can take the top bunk on the right side.
Oh, right.
You did say earlier that we'd be sharing your room with the others. Where are they?
Aiden.
Gremlin. I gotta tell you, Aiden, you're such a such a Gemini. Very adaptable, a multitasker, and quite the charmer. You must be popular with everyone. Life is so unfair. Why am I such an Aries? You're such an Aries because you keep talking about your fucking sign, you gross little dwarf.
Lloyd?
Ugh. Makes me sick. Where'd you even learn all these things, Lloyd? From fiction.
Hey.
Horoscopes are not fiction. How do you explain why everything is so accurate, huh? Good evening, you guys.
Whoa.
Don't tell me, Jin's our roommate too. Where else is he gonna sleep?
Yeah.
He'll be taking the last bunk in here.
Nice.
The more the merrier, right?
It's fine.
I did not notice that there are only 4 beds, so I can sleep on the couch.
Oh.
Oh, I'm not letting you do that, Jin. You can use mine.
Come on.
Oh, come on, you guys. No one's sleeping on the couch. Dara and I can just share one bed. Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It feels like we're all on a big sleepover or something, am I right? And it's still strange that there's just a full queen or king-size bed next to a bunch of bunk beds. That's still really strange. Well, I'm not sleeping just yet. I still have to brew up my nightly detox.
Actually.
I need to make some coffee too.
Huh?
Coffee? This late at night?
Yeah.
I have some stuff I wanted to work on still.
Sheesh.
Yoshi, look what you've done to Jin in just one day.
No.
No, Aiden. It's really just a habit of mine.
Alright.
Just don't stay up too late, alright, Jin? We better, like, see Aiden like jerking off in his bed tonight, because we are in long overdue for a sex scene. We better see him jerking off secretly while everyone else is asleep, and we have to go help him or something.
Sure?
That could be hot, you know, hypothetically.
Good night.
I'm going to sleep.
Good night.
I'm hitting the hay too. Got another long day coming up tomorrow.
night.
Good night, guys. Sharing the cabin with everyone made me feel like I was a scout again. It's only been a few days and so much has changed already. Ugh, missed opportunities, guys. I'm telling you, that would have been good. It would have been kinky. It would have been entertaining. Am I wrong? I'm not, is the point. Anyway, that's where we're going to be ending this episode of Camp Buddy. So I thank you all for watching, and I'd like to thank Eric Ellis and NQS for supporting me at the Aiden tier and above, and I'd also like to thank all my patrons for supporting me, and I can't possibly really play games like this on my channel. So in the next video, we better get the sex scene. We need it. I need something to really make fun of. Need it. Need it. Anyway. Bye guys. See you in the next video.